Within your provider handoff, this is where you'll need to first select the list. So up on your little top left section here, you click on that little drop down. You have your care team list, which we'll quickly go through after. We have our patient list here, and then we have our available list here. So currently, as you can see, it hasn't really reflected on the changes we made. So one quick thing to note is anytime you make any changes, you just always want to make sure you refresh on the top right section here. Once you refresh it, if I go back into our select list and back into our patient list, you should now see that the changes has been reflected. So if I'm going to Heritage 1, now within the landing page itself, you're going to see a bunch of information that is accessible to you. You have your patient column, your location, your diagnoses, primary contact, actions, consult, catheter, restraints, if there are any isolations, discharge, and readmission risk. So these columns can be customizable, or if there are certain ones that you don't need, you could remove it off of this column here or off of this chart. To do that, up in your top right, you have that little 3 lines. That's your page menu. If you click on it, you could go into layout configurations. And this is where now you're able to uncheck some of the stuff that you don't need. So as an example, if I don't need the discharge column, you could go ahead and deselect that. Other things you could also do is you can customize it by dragging and dropping each of these. So if I want to move my isolation right between there, I'll just drop it in there and you'll click apply. As you can see here, my discharge column has disappeared and then my isolation has been moved here. Now, in terms of seeing the patient's information, most of these are all grayed out. The reason being is because we have not established relationships to be within their circle of care. To do that, all you need to do is up on your top right, you have your Establish Relationships button. You'll go ahead and click on that. And then you just check off the ones that you are wanting to establish yourself into. So as an example, let's say if I want to establish myself into PCH Dove. You could go ahead and check that off. And then going all the way back to the top, for this select a relationship, you have consultant physician, covering physician, referring physician, and you'll select the one that you are. So for this instance, I'll just say consultant physician, and I can click submit. And then if I scroll down here, as you can see here, this entire row activates, and now I can see that patient's information, which isn't really showing much. Another thing that you can also do is if you click on the patient's name, it will expand on the right hand side your iPass. So your illness severity, patient summary, actions, situational awareness planning. And then you also have your clinical data, which will show your vital signs, your labs, medications, intake and outputs. And then the last section we have here is our care team. And then to exit out, all you need to do is click that X button on the top right. And the last thing I want to show you is in our list here is our care team list. So if you're ever looking at a set of care team list, all you need to do is click on that Manage Care Team List button. All you need to do is you select the facility that you're working out of. So for an example, let's say if I'm working at Hotel Du, I'll go ahead and select that one. Medical service, if I'm doing specifically, let's say palliative care, and then it will show you numerous different care teams available, and these are all multi-select too. Or if you're looking to just select one, you'll go ahead and select the one, and you'll click Save. And then currently it's still on our patient list. All you need to do is go back into our care team list, and then now it should show within here. And then to set it, just left click on it, and then it will just open up. That's the demonstration for today for our provider handoff, our patient list, and our care teams.